Hello everybody, welcome to Acorn and Oak and today's video. Today we're going to be changing this candle stand. Now this candle stand I brought on a pack of 2 off Amazon. I don't think they're listed anymore, but if they are I will link them below. And when I saw them I thought, I like them, I think I'll keep them as they are. But when they arrived and I looked at them further, the first thing that came to mind was candy corn. So we're going to alter this to look like a candy corn candle stand. So it's just a simple cone, metal cone that's been spray painted and made to look like marble, and this is a separate piece which is just what's the word, it's just got a nut, screw and nut. Now I need to take that off. Now I need to find my tool. Where are you all? Okay. Okay, crafters, I finally got it done. It has this running through it, and I couldn't find the tool that I used in the first one that I did. You are going to need some clay. Now I'm using Das air dry clay, and I suggest you get air dry clay if you're going to attempt this. I mean, one thing I will say is that if you want to recreate this, you don't need this form. You could just make this form using the clay, or you could get a polystyrene or paper mache cone form, and then try and find some sort of candle holder from the Dollar Tree or the pound store, that type of thing. So what we're going to do, I've also got an MDF base which I'm going to use to put this on when we're finished to give it a bit more oomph. So I'm going to put all these to one side. This will be painted black using my black gesso. But what I'm going to do first is we're going to cover this in air dry clay. So I'm just going to meld it together. I'm just going to roll it out slightly. I don't want it to be overly thin, and I'm just going to build up a layer here on the outside. So again, I like to give it a good, mold, if you like, meld. Okay. Now you don't have to roll this out. I just want to try and get it a universal a thickness as possible, but it doesn't matter. In fact, I think I'll leave this to one side and just do it using ice, because that's what I did with the first one I did. It's before I got my tools. I mean, these are tools at the end of the day, aren't they? You will need to make sure that you blend all your pieces together. And I really don't mind having indentations from my fingers in it. I think it just gives it more of a homemade kind of, craft fair boutique kind of feel. That doesn't bother me at all, but if it bothers you, you can go over it with some water and make it all smooth. That's entirely your choice. But once we cover it with the paint, there's something to give it a bit of sparkle. You're not really going to see it anyway. Now, depending on what surface you have, I've got this metal painted surface, so this gives it a nice key for this dry clay to cling to. if you're using an alternative base, i.e. a cone tree or paper mache tree, you may need to glue the air dry clay or put some adhesive on it. Do a test run and see if it sticks. Okay, so that's completely covered. Now I'm going to leave this to dry for a couple of days, and I'm going to paint this with my black gesso. So I'm going to give all these copper, rose gold, whatever you want to call them, I'm going to give these all a couple of coats of the black gesso, and that's my Pebeo gesso. And then we will move on to construction, painting our candy corn, putting the base together, and making these look like some great candle stands to use in the autumn and Halloween season. So I'll see you in a moment. Okay everybody, this is now dry. As you can see, I have a lot of imperfections in it, which is perfect because obviously it's meant to replicate a sweet, a candy. So I've got yellow paint in here and I've got orange paint in here. Is that orange? Or is that red? Did I put red in? Ugh, jeez. I put red in there, crafters. Ugh, okay. I'm sure we'll sort that out. So obviously we all know that candy corn is yellow, orange and then white. So I'm going to stipple this really cheap, runny, horrible acrylic paint from Poundland onto here. I don't like it at all, but I'm going to use it. Don't like wasting, especially when it's cost me money. Okay, so I'm going to go up about 2 inches with the yellow. And then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring some of that red over. Because I poured out red instead of orange. I don't want to waste it. So let me see if I can turn it into an orange. It's got to be a light orange. I don't want it too dark. So far that's very, very dark. It's really runny, this acrylic paint. Still too red for my taste. Okay, that's better. Okay, let's add some orange. blend the two bits where it's connecting. Going back and forth with the yellow and orange just to get it so it's blending nicely. I don't want there to be a distinctive line. Okay, and then when it comes to the top, I'm going to just use my white gesso. Okay crafters, this is dry. Now I'm going to use some matte Mod Podge and go over the base here. In this bag I have some chunky glitter, and I'm going to use this bag to catch what doesn't go on the candle holder. To let that dry naturally. Okay, that's all nice and dry now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this all back together and use my E6000 to do so. Attach this to the base with E6000, and then what it ends up looking is like this. Now I've just put some more glitter on this one, so it is slightly white, because I ended up, what I did when I first created this one is I went over the top again with the matte Mod Podge, and it took away a lot of the glitter, and I wasn't very happy with that, so I just put another coat. So that's what they end up looking like. I will put some felt pads on the bottom, and I'll have some pictures with both of them complete and with candles on at the end. Thank you very much for joining me today, crafters, and you'll see me again soon. Take care now. Bye bye.